Hey, so I want to talk to you about sort of my story with Norwex. Now, I was first introduced to Norwex way back in November of 2010. I was invited to a home party. An old school invite in the mail came, and I just remember thinking, what is Norwex? I had never heard of it before. So I remember Googling Norwex and finding out it was cleaning products. Yay. I was not interested. At the time, my daughter Bella was just a baby, and I was a disinfecting queen back then. I was spraying all the things and wiping all the wipes, and I thought I had my ways. And you got to disinfect every surface when you have a baby. So I pretty reluctantly went to my first party thinking, all right, I'm just going to spend 20 bucks and that's it. I ended up listening to the whole party. I was pretty intrigued, but kind of just thinking this stuff sounds kind of overpriced and too good to be true. I was very intrigued, however, by the mop. I did end up hosting a party. I booked a party from that one because I'm 6'1" and that mop handle came clear up to my nose and I didn't even care how well it performed. But then some time went by. I had had a party, I was using this stuff, kind of not really knowing what I was doing, but I was using some of it. And then in January of 2012, I decided to finally put an end to my suffering and have get some allergy testing done. At the time, I was kind of a mess. I was always wheezing. I was sneezing all the time. Every once in a while, I'd get hives. I had an idea of what some of my triggers were, but I just wanted to know, and I wanted to get on some better medicine. So I ended up having allergy testing done. If you know anybody that's ever had this, or maybe you yourself have had it done, it's not the most enjoyable experience. They lay you down on your stomach, they prick your back full of all sorts of different allergens, cats and dogs and trees and weeds and grasses. I had latex and peanut allergy and all sorts of things tested on my arms. I did breathing treatments. And then my doctor gave me a printout and he highlighted everything in yellow that I'm supposed to stay away from. And I remember looking at this the first time like, well, I guess I'll just live in a bubble because this is not going to be easy. Trees, weeds, indoor. Two things out of the indoor that really stuck out to me were something I couldn't even pronounce, and cockroaches. And I remember asking him, like, well, how can I be allergic to bugs? And he said, well, you're not actually allergic to the cockroach and the dust mite. That was the thing I couldn't pronounce. You're allergic to the fecal matter, what it's leaving behind. And I just remember thinking, like, well, great. I'm going to go home and sleep standing up like a horse because I don't want to even get in my bed. He told me that dust mites are everywhere. They're in your bed, they're in your pillow, they're in your couches, in your car, any soft surface dust mites reside in. And so I was 4 out of 4 out of dust mites and cockroaches, molds, also 4 out of 4 out of cats, dogs, cattle, and horses. And I have 2 cats in my house. So yes, I know. But back to the dust mites. So I remember thinking, all right, well, what can I do? He gave me a catalog when I left that office and it had a couple things in there. One of them stuck out to me was a dusting type of mitt. And I was like, ooh, I'm pretty sure I got one of those. Now I hate dusting, but I have one. And another thing was some sprays. And I just thought, well, I'm not going to invest in anything right now, but okay, I know what I'm allergic to. I'm loaded with my information. And you guys, I'm not even joking. I was invited to a vendor show like later that week and it was in my hometown in Velva. And so I thought, all right, well, I'm going to go to this vendor show. My next Norwex thing, because I had a list, was the bathroom scrub mitt. That's what I wanted next. You can't really buy everything all at once unless you're like Jennifer Aniston or something. So I kind of recommend buying it in little spurts or hosting a party, which is always a really great way to get some free stuff. But I walked into this vendor show. I want bathroom scrub mitt. And I remember asking the consultant, I was at the table and I said, do you have anything for like asthma or allergies or anything? And she's like, oh, I do. It's called mattress cleaner. It looked a little different back then, but now we have a really pretty pink label on it. And so I bought a bottle of mattress cleaner. I thought, all right, well, what the heck? I'm gonna give it a try. My husband was not home this particular evening, and so I stripped the bed, I stripped the pillows, I washed all the bedding, and I sprayed the mattress cleaner on my bare mattress and my bare pillows. And I just remember like spraying it thinking, please work, please work, please work, please work. I didn't really know what it was going to do, but I was just going to spray it. And so then I put the bedding back together. Ryan got home, we go to bed. He's none the wiser. He has no idea. Now, you guys, almost nightly, and I'm not even exaggerating, I would wake up in the middle of the night, puff on this thing and go back to sleep because I was having asthma attacks in the middle of the night and that's not an enjoyable thing. And I woke up the first morning after using mattress cleaner and I hadn't had an asthma attack. And I was like, but it's all in my head. It's all in my head. It's all in my head. Day 2, woke up. no asthma. Day 3, I'm like, holy moly, I think this is working. And at the time I was working full time in Minot, which is about a 20 mile drive. And I worked full time. So I would get up in the morning, get ready for work, off I go. And Ryan worked here in Valva, so he didn't have to get up as early. Plus he's a man, it takes him like 5 minutes to get ready. And so I was always in there first, and then he'd come in right as I was leaving. And on the 3rd day, he hops in the shower and I'm just finishing up. Bye, have a good day, love you. And he whips open the curtain and he goes, did you Norwex me or something? And I remember standing in the bathroom like, yes, because I mean, I didn't Norwex him, but I Norwexed our bed. And so what was happening is mattress cleaner is a liquid enzyme that you're spraying on your surfaces, your soft surfaces. It's not killing the bed bugs. It's not an extermination type of thing, but it's eating the fecal matter and the dead skin and the dander that you and your cats and your dogs and whatever are leaving behind in your mattress. I want you guys to picture a brand new mattress, put it on a big old scale. Then take that same mattress like 10, 15 years later and imagine how much heavier that mattress is going to be from all of this. You don't think about it, but it's not pleasant. Remember standing like a horse when you're sleeping? Okay. So it blew my mind that this stuff was working. So the enzyme in here is what it's doing. It's also a probiotic, which is really cool, but it's attacking all of that junk and breaking it down into carbon dioxide and water, and it evaporates out of your mattress. So for me, it was kind of a life changer. I just remember thinking like, well, how do I get more of this? Because apparently, I mean, at the time I thought I was going to go through this like a bottle a month or something. So I remember calling my consultant after the 3 days and thought, well, I think I need to become a consultant because I need to get this at a discount. They didn't have this at CVS or a local pharmacy or Walmart even. I'm like, I need this in my life. I went from like cleaning my floor with the Norwex mop and water thinking like, this is kind of bogus, to like, this is changing my life. And so my consultant said, well, you can become a consultant. You're going to get 35% off your products, your personal orders. So I'm like, well, perfect. And then I remember when she told me, well, that 35% discount is also 35% income. So you can either save money with your discount or you can make money with your discount. And so at the time, this was way back in 2012, my husband and my dad are both bankers and they used to work together. And I had just bought a new car and they both told me that I could not afford this car. And I was like, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. And so when I joined Norwex, first of all, my dad thought I was crazy. He said, you're going to use your college degree and sell mops. And my husband, who also probably thought I was crazy, was actually for it because he came home from work after talking to my consultant's husband. He talked to him at the bank this was a couple days after this. They were talking about Norwex, and my leader and her husband had just came home from a Mexico trip with Norwex. And so Ryan was like, well, we need to go on a second honeymoon. So I kind of had my parents like, you're crazy. And my husband also probably thinking I'm crazy, but he apparently thought I was going to earn him a trip. And I thought, well, at the very least, I'm going to get my products at a great discount, but I can also make a little money. And so my goal in the very beginning was $1,000 in sales a month because 35% of that was $350 income. And that was my car payment. So from there, it kind of spiraled. I started seeing dollar signs. I started seeing people's lives being changed, not only by mattress cleaner, but the laundry detergent, how easy it is to clean and how they don't need all these harmful chemicals. It just kind of, it grew very, very quickly. And within a year, I was actually able to balance out the driving, the gas, the daycare, and everything else associated with unnecessary trips to Target, and quitting my job and staying home full time to work my Norwex business. And that's what I ended up doing. So I've been full time as a consultant working out of my home since 2013. Now, as of right now, I have almost 450 people on my team. I have promoted, my team and I have promoted to what's called the Vice President Sales Leader level, which is in the top 1% of the company, which is really awesome. And I love what I do. So I encourage you, if you're at all interested in thinking about these products, of course, you can make a purchase. You can dabble and get a couple things here and there like I started doing. You can host a party, which is a great way to get the mop for free or a bath towel or whatever you want. You can get a whole bunch of stuff for free. And the third way to get your products is to become a consultant like I did and jump in, get yourself that 35% discount and do with it what you choose. So my story is not yet over. This will forever and always be a very near and dear product to me, but there's always new products coming out, which is really what's exciting about Norwex. We're never just gonna offer you a window cloth because, girl, you're gonna have that thing for like 10 years. So I hope that you enjoyed a little bit of my story. If you have any questions about anything, please reach out. Take care.